Here is an update about the powerful earthquake that has hit the Philippines at the Pacific Ring of Fire, has caused a lot of destruction. Homes collapsed, school collapsed, road cracked open. Crazy images that I'm going to show you in this video, but the aftershocks are coming in, guys, as well. So I want to show you these first because they're big. So look at the map here. Of course, the USGS has it at 7.8. Initial reports were as high as magnitude 9 or 8, 8.2. So something in that range, 7.8, 8.0, something like that. So this was this earthquake that started the rattling and the collapses. And you see everything is orange here now, the shake map and everything. But the aftershocks, guys, that are coming in, I mean, we just had a 4.6, 4.8, 4.6. You see the locations, 5.1, 5.8, 6.5, 5.0. You see where the locations are, 4.8, 6.0, 6.1. So strong aftershocks, many sixes, 6.1, 6.0, 6.5, right? And then let's hope that the aftershocks are dying down, because I want to stress out, this is an area where what was initially reported, magnitude 9 point something megathrust earthquake, this is possible. Absolutely possible in this region with the subduction zones at the Pacific Ring of Fire. So this is the current situation. We will see more aftershocks, but let's talk about the devastation and the fear that is ongoing in the Philippines, because let's not forget, with every aftershocks or aftershock that we're seeing here, buildings that might on the edge of collapsing, they might be triggered by this. Quickly, they have them back under control so that they're not running away to any dangerous areas or buildings or where something else could collapse. So it seems they're well prepared and well trained. That is very good. So I'm very happy about that. So tsunami threat, that was right away. If you hear such a big earthquake, of course, we had warnings in Japan, Hawaii, West Coast, Canada, California, Oregon, Washington, Alaska, right? These areas, Japan, of course. This can spread all over the Pacific. And the video that you're seeing behind me seems to be in the Philippines. So someone that was seeking higher ground right away to see what is coming in. And what the official report regarding the tsunami is right now, before I show you live videos of how the buildings actually collapsed, which is crazy, I want to give you that information first. Pacific Tsunami Network confirms tsunami waves have been observed. So the latest is Talangen in Sulawesi, Indonesia, 2.7 feet. That is much higher than the earlier report that we received, that it would just be 8 inches or something like that. So that's why the guy was running to higher ground, right? When the waves were coming in, we see that there is some flooding, definitely. And so we have reports of Davao in the Philippines, 1.5 feet. Kema, Sulawesi, Indonesia, 0.5 feet. Bere, Maluku, Indonesia, 0.4 feet. And Palau, Koror area, 0.1 feet. But the key part is, guys, this is not over. The Pacific Tsunami Warning Network says more than 9.8 feet, like 3 meters, is possible along some coasts of the Philippines, and 1 to 3.3 feet is possible for parts of Indonesia and Malaysia. And they also are warning, and this is what I always say, the first wave might not be the largest wave, right? They can arrive 5 minutes to an hour, and they can keep doing this for many hours. So tsunami waves have been observed. The largest so far is 2.7 feet in Sulawesi, and we have to wait out what is going to happen next. I don't expect that we're getting huge waves along the West Coast, so I think we might be out of danger, but you know, in Japan, 2011 Tohoku earthquake, a 7 point, I think 4 or 6, was a precursor to a magnitude 9 earthquake. So we never know. Let's be on alert. If you go to any coast along the Pacific Ring of Fire, have an app on your phone with tsunami warnings, earthquake warnings, and make sure that you have cell phone coverage. That is also important. But let's get to the destruction. I mean, you see here, I showed you in my previous video, that Jollibee building that has collapsed. We now have videos from other angles. We have now also that school building that has collapsed, another view from other angles, but also roads have been ripped open, and then this happened here. Several homes in Brugge, Poblacion, Malapatan, Sararangi suffered severe damage. This is basically a intensity 8 shaking in the area that the authorities have now confirmed. That is a level of shaking that is capable of causing significant structural damage, and every aftershock does more damage. And of course, these buildings are not like, many of them are not high-tech buildings that are upgraded to the latest seismic code. So this is absolute devastation for these local people there, as you can see. And this seems to be the video of the inside of an airport that has severe damage. Quite a lot of damage. Seems to be lots of stuff came down from the ceiling that was falling down. So yeah, not good if you're there and that stuff comes down. So I'm surprised that an airport building has that much damage. And but I also want to show you. And this is interesting footage because it shows how another tsunami wave is coming in. This is footage of Bula, General Santos on the Philippines. So this is the same area where also that damaged airport is located. And what you can see in the water, there's debris floating in the water. So a wave has already been there, has washed up stuff. Of course, buildings that were close to the water have been damaged, probably collapsed, and it has mixed with the incoming water. And then that has been dragged out. But as this progresses, the interesting thing is, and do not underestimate tsunami waves, by the way, even if it's just 3 feet high or something, that can be very, very catastrophic and dangerous because it can drag you out, it can drag you under, it can drown you, it can hit you with stuff that's floating, it can push you against stuff. So don't think that this is harmless. Run for your life if you hear there's a tsunami wave of any height, of any kind, because even if you're standing, only a wave that high can knock you over and then take you away. But here you see the wave is coming in again. Another wave is coming in. Looks small. You might think, oh yeah, but that still has a lot of power, guys. It certainly does. And I think it's great that we do have that on video here as well.
Kusog ba? Tayo ba doon? Wala na. Wala na. Nalinog ba?
And then I want to show you another mall, or maybe it's the same one, I can't really say, but it's the parking area of a mall in General Santos City after the earthquake. And there you can see that the damage is massive. I don't even know what that all is that is coming down. The blue stuff is this air condition unit, some machines or engines or whatever. But you see, this is brick. This is brick. Older masonry building, and that's the facade and the walls, and that stuff is coming down. And if you're in a building and the building itself is not collapsing, many people get severely injured when they're running outside and they're being hit by stuff like this, by even if it's just roof shingles or stucco or falling glass in the modern towers. So you always have to, well, assess your chances, right? What do you do? But be careful, be absolutely careful, and think ahead of time in your building. What if an earthquake happens in my building? What's the safest place to run outside? Where am I are there lots of windows, right, in a glass tower. So this is really when the West Coast gets hit with the big one, cities like Vancouver, Seattle and stuff with these big glass towers. Yeah, I don't even want to think about this. But yeah, this video definitely shows a lot of damage. I have another video here where you see the power lines are shaking and it seems some explosions related to the power, in my opinion. So also looks quite scary, I have to say. There you see people are all running outside and you see the power transformers shaking. That was probably what was exploding in the previous video, but it's scary even if you're on the street, but you've got the power lines, the cables, whatever they are, like telephone cables, whatever, but some are hot and wired above you, and it looks like some can fall down on you. So, and the noise, I find the noise, you don't know where is it coming from. Is there a building next to me, behind me? Is something collapsing? Is something falling on me? So very, very scary, absolutely scary, I think. Let me know what you think.
Suga ba? Asa to ni buto, sir? Transformer, no?
And that is the mall parking lot again from a little bit of a different perspective. So people that are outside, and I think it's from another corner. So it seems to be a very, very big parking garage of a mall. So yeah, lots of damage, I have to say. Scary, scary. What you see here is the Kiamba port after the earthquake, after the first wave probably came in. This is how this video looks. But then there is also, as it seems, search and rescue operations that are underway in another building that has collapsed. They say it's the Savamore building in Barangay Kalumpang in General Santos City as well. So yeah, people are thankfully right there to help. And that search and rescue looks really dangerous because we still have the aftershocks coming, and that building, the columns there look like it's barely hanging on. So seeing some of the people inside, it's really, really scary. And now they're going out. I think they heard maybe something cracking because the aftershocks right there keep coming. We just had another 4.9 hit and a 4.7. I don't think I have reported about the 4.7. I have to keep track of time while I'm talking and recording this for you. So yeah, this was another update on the situation there. Of course, I will keep you updated, guys. So subscribe, please click the notification bell, and be safe, be prepared if you live in an earthquake-prone region. And let's send our prayers to all the people that are affected in the Philippines. I know I have viewers from the Philippines, so I hope you're safe and sound. If you can, give us an update, write it in the comments. So, and if you want to know what's going on just recently in Japan, where everything was covered in ash, I mean, the Pacific Ring of Fire is active. Check out this video. I'll see you there. Bye-bye.